This is the last video that I'm going to do about my Ninebot ES2 Segway. So I've currently done, I'd say, a couple of 100 miles, maybe. Enjoying it, but I've noticed a couple of faults, and very serious faults. So I thought if I encountered some problems, I'd definitely share them with you. So the problem is that I've taken this over some pretty rough terrain. Not really my fault, it's just that the potholes in the road or the cracks in the pavement or the roots of the trees. So you're going over some pretty kind of, big crevices, so to speak, or big kind of jumps, but not intended. And therefore it's made some cracking noises, like to not good, loud shakes. And what transpired, what was happening, is this stalk, the main stalk, has come, I'm going to try and film this, a bit loose, like wobbly. Don't know whether you can, that's the movement that I've got in it. So there's about, I'd say, a 1/4 inch of movement. Now that is a lot better, because I would say about 3 days ago, when I fixed the problem, or when I had the problem before it was fixed, there was about an inch of movement, meaning the whole stalk was moving 1 inch forwards and backwards. Very unsafe to ride. The handling was massively affected. Oh, by the way, I can only apologise. I'm working in a small space. I'm working in my kind of spare room where the washing is. So ignore all the bags and stuff on the floor. Anyway, so these loud reverberating noises came straight through the stalk when I went over these big crevices, or the roots of the trees that would, that had lifted the tarmac off the pavement. And I was getting massive feedback through the steering, through the handlebars. And what transpired is there was a massive amount of movement on this main stalk, which is where the motor is kept. And there was a wobble, so much so that when I went for a normal ride, it was just massively unsafe. The handlebars were shaking all over the place. So really, really terrifying. So I finally got it back home and I tightened up all of the screws, right? So there's 2 screws here. I tightened those up with the Allen key that comes with it. 2 screws here. I tightened those up with the Allen key that comes with it. These 2 near the wheel, I tightened those up. No difference. I even tightened up down here all of these 3, and on the other side all of those 3. Still no difference. It was then that short of oh, and by the way, I got onto the Segway or the Ninebot website, and I wrote a big thing of a problem that I've had it for only about a month. I've only done like a couple of 100 miles, and all of a sudden I've got massive amounts of, the stalk is loose in the whole thing. So anyway, so I went down the whole list of things on the website to make a complaint, so to speak, or to alert them to a problem. And then I pressed submit, but it didn't say your email has been submitted or your query has been submitted. All it did was took me back to the top of the page. So I had no idea whether what I'd just written, War and Peace, had been submitted. And this was about 4 or 5 days ago. I didn't know, I didn't mean to say 3 days ago. It was about 4 or 5 days ago. Anyway, so I pressed submit again and again, about 10 times, just to make sure that the email went. Didn't think anything of it. It's now 5 days later. I haven't received any response. I didn't even receive an email back to say that your request has been submitted. So I'm assuming that their website is utterly crap. And even though I wrote War and Peace in terms of, I need help fixing this, you can't write it on their website. So now you've got a customer services number that doesn't work. You've got their website, which is a really slick website, but you can't make a complaint or you can't write to them and say, you know, what's wrong with your Segway. So now I'm stuck. So anyway, so after I did all of that on the computer, I went back to the Segway to see what it could be, and I started looking at this wheel, because where the knock was, or where the, you know, where it's loose, is the connection between here and the main stalk. So I thought it was these screws, but it wasn't those screws. It was then that I noticed down here there is a sticker, and this sticker basically says, warning, if you remove or tamper with, your warranty is void. Now, considering that I've got a computer, I've got their website, which I've written a review, I've written you know, a question or a complaint, no one's picked it up, and it hasn't sent the complaint. So considering I've got that, considering that GearBest, the company that I bought this through, have been absolutely shit all the way along, and considering that this is what, £400 worth of scooter, I thought, fuck it. And I felt over this sticker, and you can actually feel the outlines of two holes. And basically, I've used the Allen key that came with the Segway, and in here there's one hole, and here's another hole. I've voided the warranty by using the Allen key to tighten up these bolts. Now that's effectively cured the problem. There's no more shake on the handlebar, so it has cured the problem, but at the expense of voiding the warranty. So I don't really understand, like, how convenient that the only two nuts that you need to tighten then void the warranty for the whole scooter. Not great, but it has fixed the problem. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I've spent however much I've spent on the scooter. I had an issue only after 150 miles that was serious enough to me void the warranty by fixing it. And I've literally had to do that because you can't get through to anyone on the website, nor Ninebot, nor can you via GearBest. So if you are thinking about buying one, you know, this is probably, hopefully, going to help you out, right? That sticker is void. You know, you can't really see it, but it says void if tampered with. I've tampered with it to fix my fucking scooter because otherwise it was too dangerous to ride. I've tightened up the bolts, which were loose, and now it's gone from, say, an inch of movement to a tiny degree of movement, meaning the scooter is safe to ride. God knows what happens the next time. I mean, I suppose if it happens again, I can just tighten the same screws up again. But very fascinating that you happen to, you know, I don't understand why they couldn't have put a void sticker elsewhere, because if they knew that this problem if they knew that this problem exists with the Segway Ninebot, surely these bolts wouldn't be covered up by a sticker saying fucking void. You'd just be able to tighten it, therefore fixing it. I find it very convenient that the only two bolts that solved the problem are behind the sticker that says void. To me, that means that Segway know that there's an issue with this scooter, and that's what they've done to fuck customers out of money. That's what I'm going to say. Like I said in my first video, I paid for the scooter via credit card, and I did that on purpose, so I'm covered. So if there is another problem, I can go through American Express and probably claim my money back, or at least have a fucking good case. Anyway, apart from that, I'm not losing any power. I'm not losing any speed. I haven't decided on the extra battery as yet. I know that a few of you commented and said it's worth it. You know, the speed from 15 to 20 is a big difference. I haven't made up my mind just yet. But if you are thinking about getting this or have ordered it, the sticker is down here just below the charging port. There's the sticker. I have voided it. Interestingly enough, I'm wondering if on the black market I can get another sticker to stick over that, so therefore it doesn't look like it's been tampered with at all. So I wonder if that's a thing, because no one would know if I've actually done that. Anyway, so if you are thinking about getting this or have already got it, watch out, okay? Because you can't speak to Segway Ninebot through their website, which is a con. The fact that you can write like a complaint or a question and then it not go through, even though you filled out all of the product, the serial number, you've written your name, you've written your address, you've written everything about the product, and you've written your complaint, and then you press submit, and then what? It totally deletes what you've just spent half an hour doing. I think that's really shitty customer service. And I sincerely hope that someone from Segway kind of watches this, or Ninebot watches this, because that's a con. You know, these products cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds. It's a slick website. Some of your products cost over £1,000. They are going to go wrong. They are electrical problems. The fact that you can't submit a query, for me, it doesn't sit right at all. So I would say to everyone out there, if you are buying one of these or any scooter, to pay with credit card, honestly, just in case. Anyway, this is my last video on the Segway Ninebot. It's, you know, I still like it as much as I did, but that, shake of the stalk and the way to fix it, the only way to fix it by voiding the whole thing, doesn't sit right with me at all. Anyway, good luck out there, people. Take care. Bye-bye.